Here is the full English translation of the provided text. Did you know that life expectancy has increased, but the quality of those extra years is plummeting? While our ancestors lived shorter lives, they aged with far more vitality. Today, at 40 years old, many people already carry worn-out bodies, exhausted minds, and a completely misaligned bioenergetic field. What's happening? The answer lies in the silent mistakes you make every single day without realizing it. We're not talking about bad genetics or bad luck. We're talking about modern choices that are literally stealing your youth, cell by cell, day after day. If you feel like you're aging faster than you should, if you look in the mirror and don't recognize the tired person staring back, if your vital energy is no longer the same, then this video was made especially for you, Arcturian, because today we're going to expose the 8 most devastating modern mistakes that are accelerating your aging. And more importantly, I'm going to show you exactly how to reverse the process. But before we begin, I need one favor. If you truly want to preserve your youth and raise your vibrational frequency, leave your like right now. It helps more people find this vital information. And subscribe to the channel by turning on the bell, because we're going to dive deep into vibrational medicine and the stellar intelligence that your body as a multidimensional interface needs to thrive. Ready? Then let's start by revealing the first mistake that is destroying your body from the inside. Let's begin with the most common, and perhaps most devastating, mistake. Chronic inflammatory diet. And I need to be direct with you. This mistake isn't just about gaining weight. We're talking about a biochemical process that literally ages your cells from the inside out. When you consume ultra-processed foods, those that come in colorful packages, full of ingredients you can barely pronounce, you are injecting a cascade of inflammation into your body that activates accelerated cellular aging. Think about it. Every time you eat an industrial snack, a soda, or that supermarket white bread, you're sending alarm signals to trillions of cells. The science is clear and alarming. Recent studies show that diets high in ultra-processed foods increase the risk of premature death by up to 62%. 62%. But what really happens at the cellular level? These foods trigger the production of pro-inflammatory molecules called cytokines. They're like tiny chaos messengers traveling through your bloodstream, damaging your arteries, confusing your immune system, and accelerating the shortening of your telomeres. Those little structures at the ends of your chromosomes that determine how long your cells can renew themselves. When telomeres shorten prematurely, you age prematurely. It's biological mathematics. And here's the problem few people talk about. These foods don't just inflame your physical body, they completely misalign your bioenergetic field. As Arcturians, you understand that the body is a multidimensional interface. When you feed that interface low frequencies, and ultra-processed foods carry the densest possible frequencies, you literally block your ability to access higher states of galactic consciousness and vitality. Even worse, these foods are addictive. They are engineered in laboratories to activate the same reward centers in the brain that hard drugs do. A University of Michigan study found that ultra-processed foods have the same addictive potential as nicotine. You don't have a lack of willpower. You're literally fighting a chemically programmed addiction. Here are practical examples of what to avoid. Anything with more than 5 ingredients on the label, especially if it contains high fructose corn syrup, trans fats, artificial colors, or mysterious codes like INS 621, monosodium glutamate, filled cookies, packaged chips, sodas, boxed juices, processed meats like sausages and ham, ready-made frozen meals, all are inflammatory aging bombs. Now the practical solution. Start replacing 50% of these foods with real food. It doesn't have to be perfect from day one. If you drink soda every day, cut it to 3 times a week and replace it with lemon water on the other days. If you eat white bread, switch to natural sourdough whole grain bread. If you snack on chips in the afternoon, always keep nuts, fruit, or hand-cut vegetables ready. Here's a golden rule I use with my patients. If your grandmother wouldn't recognize it as food, Don't put it in your body. Simple as that. And pay attention to this crucial detail. The biggest mistake people make is focusing only on calories. Calories are not all equal. 100 calories of steamed broccoli send completely different messages to your cells than 100 calories of a cream-filled cookie. One nourishes and regenerates. The other inflames and destroys. Choose wisely which message you want to send to your inner light codes. Before we move on to the next devastating mistake, leave in the comments. Have you noticed how you feel after eating ultra-processed foods versus real food? I want to read your experiences. Now, let's talk about the second mistake that is literally stealing years from your life. Chronic sleep deprivation. And I'm not talking about those occasional bad nights. I'm talking about the modern, devastating habit of sleeping less than 7 hours per night, chronically, week after week, month after month. Here's the brutal truth. Society doesn't want you to know. Sleeping less doesn't make you more productive. It makes you older, and much faster. Chronic sleep deprivation is one of the most powerful aging accelerators that exist, yet it's completely normalized in our culture. We live in a society that celebrates exhaustion as a badge of honor. I only slept 4 hours, people say proudly, as if it were an achievement. But your body isn't impressed. Your cells are in panic. Let me show you what happens when you don't sleep enough. During deep sleep, especially REM and slow wave phases, your brain activates the glymphatic system, a kind of neurological cleaning system that removes toxins accumulated during the day, including beta-amyloid proteins directly linked to Alzheimer's. When you cut sleep, those toxins stay in your brain, day after day, year after year. A University of California study showed that a single bad night of sleep can biologically age your cells by up to 5 years. 5 years in one night. Now imagine the cumulative damage of months or years of poor sleep. But the damage goes far beyond the brain. Sleep deprivation destroys your immune system. A study published in the journal Sleep found that people who sleep less than 6 hours per night are 4 times more likely to catch a cold when exposed to the virus compared to those who sleep 7 hours or more. Your body simply can't defend itself properly. And there's more. Lack of sleep completely deregulates your hormones. Your cortisol levels skyrocket, keeping you in constant stress mode. Your growth hormone, essential for cellular repair and regeneration, plummets. Your leptin, satiety hormone, drops while your ghrelin, hunger hormone, rises, making you overeat and gain visceral fat, the most dangerous kind. For us Arcturians, there's another equally important dimension. Sleep is when your galactic consciousness reconnects with higher frequencies. It's when your body as a multidimensional interface processes and integrates the light codes you receive during the day. When you deprive your body of deep sleep, you are literally cutting your connection to your stellar intelligence. You become misaligned, confused, lost. Have you noticed how, after a good night's sleep, solutions to your problems appear with clarity? How your intuition becomes sharper? That's not a coincidence. It's your vibrational frequency recalibrating. Now, the most common mistake I see, people know they need more sleep, but don't know how. So here's a practical 5-step protocol. Step 1. Establish a fixed sleep and wake time. Yes, including weekends. Your body has a biological clock called the circadian rhythm that works best with consistency. When you mess with that rhythm, you confuse all your internal systems. Step 2. Create a 60-minute wind-down ritual before bed. Turn off all screens. We'll talk more about blue light later. Dim the house lights, take a warm bath, read something inspiring, or practice deep breathing. You're signaling to your body, it's time to shut down. Step 3. Turn your bedroom into a sleep sanctuary. Temperature between 18 to 21 degrees Celsius. Hot rooms destroy sleep quality. Total darkness. Even that little charger light interferes. And silence or white noise if needed. Your brain needs absolute darkness to produce melatonin properly. Step 4. Avoid caffeine after 2 p.m. Caffeine's half-life in your body is 5 to 6 hours. If you drink coffee at 5 p.m., half of that caffeine is still circulating at midnight, blocking your adenosine receptors and preventing deep sleep. Step 5. If you can't fall asleep after 20 minutes in bed, get up. Don't toss and turn, creating a negative association between your bed and insomnia. Go to another room with dim light, do something relaxing, and return when you feel real sleepiness. And here's something few know. Strategic 20-minute naps can be extremely beneficial, but long naps, over 30 minutes after 3 p.m., can ruin your nighttime sleep. If you nap, do it right. One last uncomfortable truth. Alcohol doesn't help you sleep better. It may knock you out faster, but it completely destroys sleep architecture, especially REM sleep. You wake up more tired, even if you slept 8 hours. Ask yourself right now, how many hours did you really sleep last night? And last week? If the answer is consistently less than 7 hours, you are choosing to age faster. But the good news, you can reverse it starting tonight. We've now reached the third deadly mistake, and this one is particularly treacherous because it disguises itself as productivity and convenience. I'm talking about digital sedentarism, the act of spending hours and hours sitting, glued to screens, completely disconnected from the natural movement that your body as a multidimensional interface desperately needs. Here's the terrifying statistic. Studies show that sitting for more than 8 hours a day increases your risk of premature death by 60%. 60%. And even if you go to the gym for an hour, that does not cancel out the damage of sitting the rest of the day. It's like smoking. There's no such thing as a healthy cigarette just because you run after smoking. But what really happens in your body when you remain motionless for hours? Let me explain in a way you'll never ignore this mistake again. First, your blood circulation slows down dramatically. Blood begins to pool in the lower extremities, forcing your heart to work harder to pump it back up. Your veins lose elasticity, increasing the risk of deep vein thrombosis, clots that can travel to your lungs and cause fatal pulmonary embolism. Second, your blood glucose spikes. When you're moving, your muscles naturally absorb glucose from the blood. But when you're still, that glucose keeps circulating, elevating insulin levels and creating insulin resistance, the first step toward type 2 diabetes, metabolic syndrome, and accelerated aging. Third, and this is fascinating, your telomeres shorten faster. A study published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine found that sedentary women had telomeres that were biologically 8 years shorter than active women of the same chronological age. 8 years of biological difference just from sitting. And here's something most people don't realize. Sedentarism doesn't just destroy your physical body. It completely disconnects you from your natural vibrational frequency. Arcturians know that movement is energy, and energy is life. When you become physically stagnant, you become energetically stagnant. Your biofield loses vitality. Your light codes go dormant. You become a dimmed version of who you truly are. Think about how you feel after spending 8 hours sitting in front of a computer. Exhausted, right? But how can you be exhausted if you didn't do any physical effort? It's because you spent energy locking up systems that were designed to move. It's like leaving a high-performance sports car parked in the garage for years. It will rust and deteriorate much faster than if it were used regularly. The human body was designed for constant movement. Our ancestors walked 15 to 20 kilometers per day. They hunted, gathered, built, danced. Movement was life. Today, the average person walks fewer than 3,000 steps per day. That's pathetic and devastating. Now, the practical solution, because I know many of you work in offices or need to use computers. I'm not asking you to quit your job. I'm asking you to integrate strategic movement into your routine. Technique 1, the 25-5 rule. For every 25 minutes sitting, stand up for 5 minutes. Set an alarm on your phone. Use those 5 minutes to walk. Do squats, stretch, or just stand. This simple change can drastically reduce the metabolic damage of sedentarism. Technique 2, micro exercises. You don't need an hour at the gym. You need consistent movement throughout the day. Do 10 squats every time you go to the bathroom. Do push-ups during meeting breaks. Always take the stairs when possible. These are small deposits in your health bank account. Technique 3. Walk while solving problems. Every time you need to think about something important, walk. Science shows that walking increases creativity by up to 60% and improves cognitive function. Steve Jobs did this. Beethoven did this. Einstein did this. It's not a coincidence. Technique 4. Turn meetings into walks. If you have a call or meeting that doesn't require a screen, do it while walking. Your colleagues will notice you're more alert and creative in those conversations. Technique 5. Invest in a treadmill or under-desk bike. It may feel weird at first, but working while walking slowly, 3 to 4 km/h, can completely transform your health without compromising productivity. Many high-level executives have already adopted this, and here's the secret few understand. It's not about intensity, it's about consistency. It's better to walk 30 minutes every day than to do an intense 2-hour workout once a week and sit the rest of the time. Your minimum goal? 10,000 steps per day. That's the magic number that study after study confirms as protective against cardiovascular disease, cognitive decline, and accelerated aging. Use a phone app to track it. Turn it into a game. Challenge friends. But hit those 10,000 steps. And for those of you watching right now, when was the last time you really moved your body today? If you've been sitting for more than an hour, pause this video, stand up, and do 20 squats right now. Seriously, do it. Your body will thank you. I'll wait. Done? Great. See how you already feel more awake? That's your stellar intelligence being reactivated through movement. Now let's move to the fourth mistake. And this one is particularly insidious because you can't see it, you can't feel it until it's too late. I'm talking about oxidative stress, a silent war happening inside every cell of your body at this very moment. Let me explain it simply. Free radicals are unstable molecules that steal electrons from other healthy molecules in your body. They're like microscopic gangs of thieves invading your cells, causing damage to DNA, cell membranes, and dramatically accelerating the aging process. And here's the problem. You are producing free radicals constantly, every second. Simple breathing generates free radicals. It's the price we pay for being alive. But when free radical production exceeds your body's ability to neutralize them with antioxidants, you enter a state called oxidative stress. And that's when accelerated aging really begins. Studies show that oxidative stress is at the root of practically every age-related disease: heart disease, cancer, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, diabetes, cataracts, arthritis. It's not an exaggeration to say that controlling oxidative stress means controlling the speed at which you age. But here's what most people don't understand. You are voluntarily increasing your free radicals through daily choices. Let me show you the main culprits. Culprit number 1. Excessive sun exposure without protection. When UV radiation hits your skin, it generates an explosion of free radicals that damage collagen, elastin, and the DNA of skin cells. That's why people who sunbathe excessively can look 15 years older than they really are. Skin doesn't lie. It shows exactly the level of accumulated oxidative damage. Culprit number 2. Cigarette smoke and air pollution. Every puff of a cigarette introduces trillions of free radicals into your body. And you don't even have to be the one smoking. Secondhand smoke causes the same damage. Atmospheric pollution, especially in big cities, acts like a slow cigarette you're smoking all day without realizing it. Culprit number 3. Fried and burnt foods. When you fry food in hot oil or grill meat until it's charred, you create highly oxidizing compounds called advanced glycation end products, AGEs. These AGEs not only accelerate skin aging, but also damage your blood vessels, kidneys, and brain. Culprit number 4. Excessive alcohol. When your liver metabolizes alcohol, it produces acetaldehyde, a toxin that generates devastating free radicals. That's why heavy drinkers appear to age so rapidly. It's not just bloating or weight gain. It's deep oxidative damage. Culprit, Mocha 5. Chronic stress. When you're under constant stress, your body produces excess cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones, in turn, generate free radicals. It's a vicious cycle. Stress generates free radicals, which cause more inflammation, which causes more stress. Now, here's the part that connects to our galactic consciousness. Oxidative stress doesn't just age your physical body, it directly interferes with your cell's ability to receive and process light codes. Think of your cells as antennas. When they're damaged by free radicals, those antennas become distorted, unable to tune into the higher frequencies that feed your stellar intelligence. But there is good news, Arcturian. Your body has an extremely powerful antioxidant defense system. You just need to activate it and feed it correctly. Here is your science-based anti-aging action plan. Strategy 1. Eat the rainbow. Each color in fruits and vegetables represents different antioxidants. Red, lycopene in tomatoes. Orange, beta-carotene in carrots. Yellow, curcumin in turmeric. Green, chlorophyll in spinach. Blue and purple, anthocyanins in blueberries. The more varied the color spectrum on your plate, the more comprehensive your antioxidant defense. Strategy 2. Prioritize these super antioxidants. Vitamin C, citrus fruits, bell peppers, kiwi. Vitamin E, nuts, seeds, avocado, glutathione, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, asparagus, resveratrol, dark grapes, red wine in moderation, and the king of them all, astaxanthin, found in wild salmon and krill. Strategy 3. Activate autophagy through intermittent fasting. When you give your digestive system a 14-16-hour rest, usually by skipping breakfast, you activate a process called autophagy, where your cells literally eat damaged components and recycle antioxidants. It's like a deep cellular cleaning system. Strategy 4. Use medicinal spices daily. Turmeric with black pepper, piperine, is one of nature's most powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant compounds. Ginger, cinnamon, oregano, rosemary, all of these spices are antioxidant bombs disguised as seasoning. Add them generously to your meals. Strategy 5. Protect your skin intelligently. Use sunscreen daily, even on cloudy days. Wear sunglasses to protect the delicate skin around the eyes. And consider supplementing with topical antioxidants like vitamin C serum and retinol at night. Strategy 6. Practice conscious breathing. The way you breathe directly impacts oxidative stress. Rapid, shallow breathing increases free radicals. Deep, slow diaphragmatic breathing activates your parasympathetic nervous system and reduces free radical production. Do 5 minutes of 4 to 7, 8 breathing. Inhale 4, hold 7, exhale 8, twice a day. And here's something that will surprise you. Moderate exercise temporarily increases free radicals, but that's good. That controlled oxidative stress forces your body to strengthen its natural antioxidant systems. It's like vaccinating your cells. But beware, excessive, strenuous exercise can do the opposite and overload your defenses. Let me give you an analogy. Imagine your body is a city. Free radicals are like vandals trying to break everything. Antioxidants are your police force. When you have more police than vandals, your city thrives. When you have more vandals than police, chaos reigns and everything deteriorates rapidly. The question you need to ask yourself, are you strengthening your cellular police force or feeding the vandals? We've now reached the 5th mistake, and this one is so common that you're probably committing it right now while watching this video. I'm talking about low-grade chronic dehydration. That silent dehydration that doesn't leave you desperately thirsty, but that is systematically destroying your health and accelerating your aging. Here's the shocking truth. More than 75% of people live in a state of chronic dehydration without even realizing it. And I'm not talking about severe dehydration that lands you in the hospital. I'm talking about a subtle, constant water deficit that operates in the shadows while prematurely aging your cells. Let me explain why this is so devastating. Your body is composed of approximately 60% water. Your brain, 73% water. Your lungs, 83% water. Your blood, an incredible 90% water. Water is not just important, it is the very essence of cellular life. Every biochemical reaction in your body occurs in an aqueous medium. When you're even mildly dehydrated, you're literally slowing down thousands of vital processes. A University of Connecticut study showed that just 1.5% dehydration already causes fatigue, difficulty concentrating, headaches, and mood changes. 1.5%. Most people live with 3 to 5% chronic dehydration and don't even know it. But accelerated aging happens at even deeper levels. When your cells are dehydrated, they literally shrink. Cell membranes lose elasticity. Nutrient transport into the cells and toxin removal out of them become compromised. Your cells start to suffocate in their own metabolic waste. And your skin. Dehydrated skin loses elasticity, develops deeper wrinkles, becomes dull and lifeless. You can spend a fortune on expensive anti-aging creams, but if your cells are dehydrated from the inside, no cream will save your appearance. Beauty starts from the inside out, literally. Your blood also suffers. When dehydrated, your blood becomes thicker and more viscous, forcing your heart to work much harder to pump this sludge through your blood vessels. This increases blood pressure, elevates the risk of clots, and overloads the entire cardiovascular system. It's like trying to drink a thick milkshake through a thin straw. It takes much more effort. Your kidneys, the filters of your body, suffer tremendously. They need abundant water to remove toxins and waste. When water is lacking, toxins accumulate, forcing your kidneys to work in emergency mode constantly. Over time, this leads to kidney stones, recurrent urinary infections, and eventually chronic kidney disease. And here's something fascinating from the vibrational medicine perspective. Water is not just H2O, it is a carrier of frequency. As Arcturians, you understand that structured water carries information and light codes. When your body is dehydrated, you are literally blocking the flow of energetic information through your multidimensional interface. Your biofield can no longer communicate efficiently between the different bodily systems. Now, why is this so common? Because we have completely lost our sensitivity to thirst. In a modern world full of coffee, soda, juice, and other beverages, we confuse hydration with drinking any liquid. But here's the problem. Coffee and caffeinated drinks are diuretics. They make you urinate more water than you consumed. Sodas and sugary juices require extra water to process all that sugar. Alcohol? One of the most powerful dehydrants that exists. You think you're hydrating, but in reality, you're creating an ever-growing water deficit. Here is the hydration protocol that will transform your health. Rule 1. Adequate quantity. The old 8 glasses a day rule is too simplistic. The correct formula is 35 ml of water per kilo of body weight. If you weigh 70 kg, you need 2,450 milliliters per day, almost 2.5 liters. If you exercise, add 500 milliliters 1 L extra. If it's hot, add more. If you drink coffee or alcohol, add more. Rule 2. Quality over quantity. Filtered water is essential. Excess chlorine, fluoride, heavy metals, and microplastics in tap water can be as harmful as dehydration itself. Invest in a good filter, and consider adding a tiny pinch of natural sea salt or Himalayan salt to your water. This provides essential electrolytes and aids cellular absorption. Rule 3. Strategic timing. Drink 500 ml of water right upon waking. During the night, you lose about 500 ml through breathing and perspiration. Starting the day by rehydrating is crucial. Then drink consistently throughout the day, not in large amounts at once. Your body absorbs better when you drink regularly. Rule 4. Ideal temperature. Room temperature or warm water is absorbed more quickly than ice-cold water. Cold water needs to be warmed by the body before absorption, spending energy and slowing the process. Rule 5. Signs of proper hydration. Your urine should be light yellow, almost transparent. If it's dark yellow or has a strong odor, you're dehydrated. If it's completely transparent all the time, you may be drinking too much water and diluting electrolytes. Yes, it's possible to overdo it. Rule 6. Hydrating foods. About 20% of your hydration comes from food. Cucumber, 95% water. Watermelon, 92% water. Strawberries, 91% water. Melon, 90% water. Zucchini, tomato, lettuce, all are natural hydration bombs. Include them generously. Rule 7. Create visual reminders. Fill a 2-liter bottle in the morning and make it your goal to finish it by the end of the day. Mark times on the bottle if needed. Use apps that remind you to drink water. Place glasses of water in strategic places around the house and office. And here's a simple test to know if you're dehydrated. Pinch the skin on the back of your hand and see how long it takes to return to normal. If it returns instantly, good hydration. If it takes 2 to 3 seconds, you're dehydrated. If it takes longer, you're severely dehydrated and need to act now. Another sign, if you feel thirsty, you're already dehydrated. Thirst is a late signal, not an early indicator. The goal is to drink water before feeling thirsty. Answer me in the comments right now. Have you drunk water today? How many glasses so far? If the answer is fewer than 4 glasses and it's already past noon, stop now and drink a full glass before continuing to watch. Your skin will thank you. Your kidneys will thank you. Your brain will thank you. And your vibrational frequency will naturally rise when your cells are properly hydrated and functioning at full capacity. Now we arrive at the 6th mistake, and this one is particularly relevant in the digital age we live in. I'm talking about uncontrolled exposure to blue light, the light emitted by all your screens, smartphone, computer, tablet, television. And before you think, oh, that's an exaggeration, let me show you what science is discovering about the devastating effects of this chronic exposure. Here's the problem. The average person spends between 10 to 12 hours per day looking at screens. 10 to 12 hours. And every second of that exposure is bombarding your eyes and brain with high-energy blue light that your body interprets as midday light. But here's the absurdity. You're receiving that signal at 10 p.m., 11 p.m., even in the middle of the night. Your body is completely confused. For millions of years of evolution, natural blue light came only from the sun during the day. It signaled to our body, it's day, be alert, produce cortisol, suppress melatonin, stay awake. When the sun set and the light became reddish-orange, our body understood, it's night, produce melatonin, lower cortisol, prepare to sleep. It was a perfect rhythm, synchronized with nature. But now, you're completely confusing that ancestral system. You're telling your body that it's midday at 11 p.m., and the consequences are catastrophic for your aging. First, suppression of melatonin. Studies show that just 2 hours of blue light exposure before bed suppresses melatonin production by up to 50%. 50%! And melatonin is not just the sleep hormone. It is one of the most powerful antioxidants your body produces. It protects your DNA, repairs damaged cells, strengthens your immune system, and literally slows cellular aging. When you chronically suppress melatonin, you are removing one of your biggest shields against aging. It's like sending your defense army home right when the invaders are attacking. Second, dysregulation of the circadian rhythm. Your internal biological clock controls not only sleep, but thousands of processes. When to produce hormones, when to repair tissues, when to detox the liver, when to renew intestinal cells. When you confuse that clock with blue light at inappropriate times, all those processes become desynchronized. It's like an orchestra where every musician is playing in a different tempo. The result is chaos. A Harvard University study found that people exposed to blue light at night have a higher risk of diabetes, obesity, heart disease, and even certain types of cancer. This is not a coincidence. It's biology being violated. Third, and this is frightening, direct damage to the retina. High-energy blue light penetrates deep into the eye, reaching the retina and causing oxidative stress in the photoreceptor cells. Over time, this contributes to macular degeneration, the leading cause of blindness in people over 60. You are literally slowly blinding your visual cells. And there's more: digital eye strain. When you look at screens for hours, you blink 60% less than normal. This dries out your eyes, causes irritation, blurred vision, headaches, and accelerates aging of the skin around the eyes. Those expression lines and deep dark circles, part of them come from chronic eye strain. Now, from the Arcturian perspective, there is another critical dimension. Light is information. Your eyes are not just sensory organs. They are portals through which light codes enter and program your internal systems. Natural sunlight carries full-spectrum frequencies that nourish your biofield and synchronize your stellar intelligence with the natural cycles of the Earth. But artificial light, especially artificial blue light from LEDs and screens, is an incomplete, distorted spectrum. It's like trying to nourish your body only with synthetic supplements and never eating real food. It works superficially, but something essential is missing. You become desynchronized, misaligned with the natural frequencies that sustain your deep vitality. So what is the solution? How do you live in the modern world without destroying your health? Strategy 1. Implement the digital sunset rule. 2 hours before bed, eliminate or drastically minimize screens. This is the sacred period when your body needs to start producing melatonin. If you absolutely must use screens, use the next strategies. Strategy 2. Activate blue light filters on all devices. Night mode, night shift on iPhone, f.lux on computer. All these apps reduce blue light emission after sunset. Set them to activate automatically. The screen becomes more yellowish-orange, but your eyes and brain will thank you. Strategy 3. Use blue light blocking glasses. Especially if you work many hours on a computer or need to use screens at night. Glasses with amber lenses block 99% of blue light. Yes, you'll look a bit strange wearing orange glasses at night, but your melatonin and sleep will improve dramatically. Strategy 4. Replace white LEDs with amber lights at night. At home, after sunset, use only red or amber lights in rooms where you spend time. Your bedroom especially should have only warm amber light. This truly signals to your body that it's night. Strategy 5. Practice the 20-20-20 rule. Every 20 minutes looking at a screen, look at something 20 feet away, about 6 meters, for 20 seconds. This relaxes the eye muscles and reduces eye strain. Set a timer if necessary. Strategy 6. Increase natural light exposure during the day. This is crucial and many ignore it. You need strong natural light exposure first thing in the morning to anchor your circadian rhythm. Go outside in the first 30-60 minutes after waking. Let sunlight, even on cloudy days, enter your eyes. This tells your body, it's day. Start the 14 to 16 hour countdown until melatonin production. Strategy 7. Adjust screen brightness and distance. Keep screen brightness at the minimum comfortable level, not maximum. And keep distance. The closer, the more intense. Your smartphone at 20 centimeters from your face is much more harmful than a TV at 3 meters. Strategy 8. Consider melatonin supplementation. If you absolutely cannot avoid screens at night, supplementing with 0.53 milligrams of melatonin 1 hour before bed can help. But this should be a last resort, not first-line defense. And here's something few do. Create a screen-free sanctuary. Your bedroom should be sacred. No TV, no working in bed with a laptop. Ideally, don't even charge your phone in the bedroom. Leave it charging in another room. Buy an analog alarm clock. Train your brain. Bed is for sleep and intimacy, not for scrolling Instagram. One last uncomfortable truth. Social media is designed to be addictive. Every notification, every like, every infinite scroll triggers dopamine in your brain, keeping you glued to the screen. And the more time you spend, the more blue light you absorb, the worse your sleep gets, the faster you age. It's a vicious cycle programmed by algorithms that don't care about your health. You need to reclaim control.